Time for a quick channel update for September. Let's talk some video plans past and present, a couple of new snazzy channel merch things with some folding combat gauges and some Auspex Tactics channel logo hats, and talking about this month's big giveaway with 3 channel viewers getting the chance to win an entire Space Marine battle company. Hello and welcome back to Auspex Tactics, where today it's time for a quick channel news roundup in a once monthly video talking about video plans and making a few announcements including the monthly prize giveaways. Videos first, and while there have been a few 40k happenings over the past month, I feel like maybe it's been a little bit quieter on the news front. The Space Dwarves have had some new kits with Codex Leagues of Votann. We had some snazzy Kill Team and Nightbringer leaks, though it looks like they're not coming for quite some time yet. And on the balance update fronts, we've had emergency balance patches for the top armies with some nerfs to Chaos Knights, Imperials and Death Guard. As is often the case with a slight bit less model news, I've had some chance for some bigger projects here on the channel. Maybe a few of the more notable ones over the past month have been talking through every faction's strongest attachment, weighing them up in terms of the stats and which seems to be performing. And it's been pretty good fun to do some slightly indulgent talking through every single unit in a faction videos. I did one of those for every Tyranids unit. I had a fun collab with Christian von Carbian to talk through the sisters. Looking to the future, and I guess on the 40k news front, we're having Codex Imperial Knights this week. As ever, I'll be looking forward to talking through the details of that once we get the Codex. And I guess otherwise the next big thing for 40k on the horizon is the impending balance update. We know that that's going to be coming sometime in September, though not entirely clear when. Certainly could be next week. I'll be looking forward to covering that and see how it shakes up the game. I guess we'll get some rules for the Deathwatch new models and the Necron ones as well. Otherwise, for video projects here on the channel, one that hopefully should be coming out this weekend is rating every Army's Supreme Commander. That one's currently up as an early view video on the Patreon page, and then as well as more regular videos on the channel. I'm looking forward to seeing how the new codexes are getting on somewhat, with a few tier list videos and army list roundups for the Leagues of Votann, Grey Knights and Imperial Knights. Otherwise, hopefully in the next week or so I'll be trying to update the really big project video with 1 starter list per Warhammer 40k faction. That's one I think I'll aim to keep current, to try and have that ready and updated for people each year. It's probably going to take quite a bit of effort, but hopefully that should be out in the not too distant future. Otherwise on the 40k news front, I guess the next major reveals might be expected in early October. Maybe we'll get some Christmas battle forces and perhaps some hints of things to come next year. As ever, if you have any ideas for videos that you'd like to see on the channel, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. I always have more ideas than I have time to make, but if anything particularly inspires, I might bump it up the schedule. Giveaways next, and the winners for this month's one with the big Warhammer 40k centerpiece kit were these people. I've just sent out messages to you now, and this one's basically for any single Warhammer 40k plastic kit, so it could be a great big Demon Primarch or Knight or something. The winners for this one are Tony O'Brien, Carl Schlevott, Josh Mills, Garviel Locken, Whistle Pistol, Tommy Davis, Predag Prodanovic, Dan J.M., Lewis P95, Disciple of Nix, Tim Carlson, and Jason Richardson. I'll be getting those models ordered in once you've gotten back to me with which ones you'd like. I'll have them out in the post to you wherever you might be in the world. For this month's giveaway, given that Games Workshop's been coming out with a whole bunch more Space Marine content recently, I thought I'd go for really quite a big army one, basically with 3 channel viewers having the chance to win an entire Space Marine battle company, and having the might of 100 Space Marines taken to the field. For the prizes for people, as mentioned, it's going to be 3 channel viewers, picked out in the normal way for entering the Auspex Tactics giveaways, which I'll get onto in just a second. But for the selection of the prizes, it's going to be any combination of Space Marine plastic kits, up to a budget of either £550 or $900. You can choose whichever one gets you more. And the limitation is that it must include at least 50 models in it, so at least a demi company. If you do decide to go for the full battle company of 100 models though, then you get a bonus, and instead you can select kits anywhere up to a £600 or $1,000 budget. For examples of what that could look like, here's perhaps what might be a more standard battle company in the Primaris age. We've got 4 squads of Intercessors, 2 squads of Hellblasters for some heavy fire support, 2 squads of 10 jump Intercessors, and then 2 sets of Infiltrators or Incursors. They're led by some company command with a captain and lieutenant plus a chaplain in attendance to install some order. I've got an attached Ancient Redemptor Dreadnought. For a different take, also going for the 100 Marine build, here's an example using some Space Marine combat patrols. We've got the new Imperial Fists one, with company heroes, heavy intercessors and terminators, the Dark Angels one for some Hellblasters and Blade Guards, and for some Furboss infiltration goodness I went for the Vanguard Task Force with a bunch of the Monopose infiltrators and eliminators and things. Then to back that up, we've got 20 Assault Intercessors, 10 Hellblasters, 10 more Intercessors and 6 Eradicators, plus a attached Gladiator Lancer for a bit of fire support. Finally, for an example, for a firepower heavy demi company, it's more heavily armoured and perhaps a bit more balanced space reinforced. There's 20 Hellblasters, 20 Intercessors, and a squad of 10 Scouts, led into battle by a pair of Tech Marines, and then going heavy on the tanks and Dreadnoughts. There's 2 Repulsor Executioners, 2 Redemptors, and a Ballistas Dreadnought. In any case, whichever flavour of Space Marine Battle Company you might be tempted by, the entry criteria will remain the same. There'll be 2 equal ways to enter, links down in the video description. Either you can support the channel on Patreon each month, that gets you automatic entry with any paid amount, and it is also the main thing that supports all my videos on the channel if you've been finding them useful and want to help keep them coming. Alternatively, you can support the channel via boosting the algorithms and supporting on social media. To do that with the completely free entry, you do these 3 actions. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and like or follow the Facebook page. And then to enter the draw, the giveaway post appears on the 1st of October. That one's now a Google form entry method to stop the spammers and scammers messaging people en masse. The instructions will be there quite clearly. The main thing is to submit a photo of any 40k mini or imagery, along with your name and the date handwritten within it, to ensure prizes go to real people. That post goes live from midnight UK time on the 1st of the month, and then 24 hours I lock the post and do the draw. That's done with a random number generator. Everyone's entered once equally. I'll pick out the winners, in this case 3 of them, and then they'll be announced in the equivalent of this video next month around the 4th of October. In any case, should hopefully be a way for some people to get a bunch more power armor on the board. Check out the links down in the video description if you'd like to enter for this one. There'll be further similarly sized giveaways each month. Next up, as mentioned earlier, there's a few bits of new channel merch. Tempest Terrain, the ones who do the 3D printed rapid fire dice boxes. They've made a couple of combat gauges with the channel logo. They're 3D printed little measuring sticks printed in PLA, and they're basically aimed that you can measure some short distances really quite quickly. I feel like perhaps the 9-inch one might be one of the most useful, given that that's the distance that you need to measure out deep strikes and things in 10th edition. So as you can see, they can fold up a little bit, so you can really easily measure, say, 3 inches and 2 inches, say for coherency or whether things are on objectives. They might be of interest to some of you, and they reportedly ship to the UK and USA. I'll leave them links down in the video description. Otherwise, for another bit of channel merch, Wargame Portal, the US-based channel affiliate, has organised a few hats with the channel logo on. Like some of their other merch offerings, these are printed on an on-demand basis, and there's a couple of different designs available. Again, I'll leave them links down in the video description. The channel merch links are also links down at the bottom below every video. There's a few more things down there as well. A channel logo pewter keyring made by Pageant Pewter in the UK. There's both that and a channel logo pin badge. And also the most popular thing so far has been the channel dice. These ones do have quite a nice feel to them in my opinion. There's both a white and a black design made by the Baron of Dice. In any case, it might be of interest to people who wanted some shiny things with the channel logo on, and a big thank you to all these creators who took the time to make these. Finally, that's about it for this one. I'll just sign off with a quick roundup of a few bits of hobby that I saw on the Google form giveaway entry. Obviously there's a crazy number of cool pictures here, and I'm only ever going to be able to showcase a couple. It's really cool to see some creations of painters of all different abilities though. I quite enjoyed this rather gory Necron Lord with his heavy glowing details. I rather enjoyed the bright and rather luminous colour scheme on these Cadians as well, painted by Barbaro Loco. Elsewhere there was a nice Lord of Poxes painted by Slabitha, and a rather spooky alternative colour scheme Hound by TJ. You wouldn't want to meet that Karanak in a dark alley. Some Grey Knight hobby with a rather fun looking converted banner by James Pride on the right here. And then some pretty sharp and nicely executed looking Imperial fists there with a bit of weathering battle damage on them by Matthew Whitworth. As ever, always very cool to showcase a little bit of hobby from channel viewers. It is very much appreciated. In any case, that's just about it for this one. As always, an enormous thank you to anyone and everyone watching, liking, supporting and subscribing. It's always a privilege to be able to talk about model soldiers on the internet as my weird sort of job. I'll certainly aim to keep the 40k videos coming just about every day. I'll leave this one there for now though. Check out the links down in the video description if you'd like to go entering for the next giveaway, or have a look at any of the merch things. But in any case, an absolutely enormous thank you for listening, and I'll hope to see you guys next time.